What's up? Hey, hey, hi. Hello there, beautiful child of God, wonderful earthling. I hope by the end of this episode, you shall have learned, laughed, loved, and enjoyed the 30 or so minutes that we shall be here together, spreading good vibes and love to the whole world. Because that's basically what we are all about. With that said, let me take this chance to welcome you on board. Big up yourself and shout out for clicking this video. Lots of love and respect. As you react to the videos we have today, we shall be guided by the Supreme Creator and Maker, whom we shall talk to shortly after we hear this message from the Book of Wisdom. So listen closely. This is what it says from Psalm 91, verse 1. This is a message for you. For he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. He, the Almighty Lord, may it be so in your lives, my friend. Let's talk with the Creator and dive in. Wonderful Father, thank you for this beautiful day. Thank you for your goodness and love. Thank you for joy and kindness. Today we come before you in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ, Father. Together with your precious viewer, dear Lord, we give thanks for the experience you shall give us today, Father. We give thanks for you shall bless this viewer abundantly, Father, and do great things for them. In your holy name, Jesus Christ, we do pray, trusting and believing. Amen. Child of God, let's dive in. Oh, what? Is this real or some holographic technology?
Madness. Madness. Cosmic.
Huh? Okay, well, that's
Now,
a
how
weird
come
start.
you're in an ambulance, but you're on a bus? You're in a car, but you're on a train. You're in a rowing boat, but you're on a ship. You're in a helicopter, but you're on a plane. Let that sink in. Now, how come you're in the park, but you're on a farm? You're in the garden, but you're on the beach. You're in the newspaper, but you're on the TV. You're in the mirror, but you're on camera. Let that sink in. Now, how come you're in bed, but you're on the sofa? You're in an email, but you're on a call. You're in the book, but you're on the radio. And we live in the world, yet despite there being billions of galaxies, trillions of stars, quadrillions of planets, we have to live on a planet where we have to work a 40-hour week. I guess that's why we go in to the pub to get on it.
Oh, will somebody let that goddamn sink in?
Okay, well, that's quite hilarious. Lots of stuff to think about that way. Look at this. Okay, this cat was just having fun. You mean they don't
Oliver,
know their tail is
what are
in the
you
water?
doing? Yeah. Why do you look so surprised?
This one was a good vibes, my friend. Extremely.
Okay, so you know how there's so many celebrities that say that they have Lyme disease. There's so many that it's getting strange. Let's just go back into our minds and picture each one of these celebrities hiking in the woods. Can you picture it? And then getting bit by a tick. Or playing outside. And I can't see any of these people outside at all. Another thing, when I was a kid, going to the redneck side of myself, I used to play with the ticks. I mean, I would get these huge, this is so gross. But this is how, I used to run up manure piles and think it was like super fun. Our dogs would have these huge ticks on them. And so, I would pick them off and like, you know, all day, every day. That's how we got rid of the ticks. I know that they're probably talking about some sort of Connecticut tick or something that's fabulous that these people are getting Lyme disease from, and not a big fat white Texas tick. So swollen that it's about to burst anyway. Anyway, I needed to share that because I don't have Lyme disease, okay? But all of these people say that they do. Justin, Bella, Yolanda, Anwar, Avril, Shania, Alec, Ben, Kelly, Amy, all of these people. Oh, there's more. George W. Bush, I didn't know that he had Lyme. Is that why he's painting very strange pictures now in his attic? So the gossip is that Lyme mimics another disease. The symptoms of Lyme are eerily similar to mark of obedience injuries and long CO vid, skin rash, metallic taste, fatigue, brain fog, muscle joint pain, neuro issues, Bell's palsy, heart arrhythmia, palpitations, and more. And it's also similar to, what is it? The K-Roo. Celine Dion, anyone? Fascinating. Michael J. Fox, Christina Applegate, what? Okay, this person, Nelson's putting it together. I believe it has something to do with what's running through our veins. Ticks drink this liquid. What if humans drink human liquid and somehow they're able to get something similar to what the ticks get? I know it's crazy. Is it though? Is it? We know that they're doing rituals. We also know that they're traipsing through the woods with that owl situation, if you know what I mean. It's a grove. There could be ticks in there, sure. And if you're doing all the things in the forest on the leaves, you could get bit. But they're also probably doing things with this. And then it's causing neurological issues. Well, apparently it mimics symptoms of something called the K, which apparently is from the C. It's not Lyme. They passed it to one another. And then look at the symbols. And then Mrs. Roboto says, very strange, 3 are in the same family. I'm not saying this is true. This is all alleged. This is all gossip, total straight gossip. But we need to keep our eyes on it. We need to keep that list. We need to add to the list. We need to be checking symptoms of these high-profile individuals. And we also need to be questioning, why do these high-profile individuals have this, and yet no one that I know in my daily life, and yes, some of you are going to be like, but I have it, and it's horrible. Well, I'm sorry for you. That is terrible. But I don't know anybody that has it. And I do know a few people, so.
Oh, okay. All this is apparent to my friends, but can someone help me understand what is the Lyme
ما
disease?
زال هذا الحيوان الغريب في وادي فاطمة. هذا هو.
Who?
أحد يقول شيب، واحد يقول سعلية، واحد يقول
Is this a hyena or a
هذا
dog?
هو. هذا هو.
Hyenas don't run peacefully. What animal could that be? It looks like a hybrid
Hey, yo,
of an
I'm
animal.
starting to believe you because you don't usually call me out the blue.
I'm starting
And
to
now
believe
you
you.
calling me when I'm sitting here with this dude that you told me believe the things he say about certain things because you know where his teachings come from.
That must be a verb.
This is a verb.
That gotta be a verb.
This is verb. Now verb told me. He told this.
This six so
I'm sitting here. I found out where his crib was at.
That motherfucker's one of us, man. He's a sick fucking asshole, man. I'm trying to tell you, he's a sick man, bro.
Debo,
He's a
listen.
sick fucking man.
Hey,
Think he say
hey, Verb, ain't nothing
what,
wrong
does
with me,
sick
Verb.
mean? Is sick a good or bad thing in St. Louis?
That motherfucker is a sick voodoo doctor and he preys on little children.
Come on, when the fuck I do that?
He takes the soul of children, and you know you did. They taught you that shit in that building.
Come on, gang, stop playing with me, Verb.
I don't know what the hell that is.
Shit out. You know for a fact that you was in that fucking building with me. Stop lying.
Yeah, I stayed in the building. But ain't all the things talk about ain't true.
Wait, he said the building with him.
Yeah, we stayed in the building, Castle Park Apartments.
We grew up in Castle Park
Apartments, yeah.
It's a psych ward. That's what
It's a psych ward.
Huh?
It's true.
Wait, slow down. Castle Park Apartments is a site.
Look it up.
Look it up. It's in St. Louis.
So what you mean by take the souls of children?
But why are you talking about that shit, Verb?
Look, what? They took us in young and they trained us in war. He specializes in spells. All y'all around him, he's preying on y'all souls. Y'all life is gonna be fucked up.
Gang, stop playing with me.
Well, hold on, Verb. Listen,
Wow.
I'm having a real conversation with him about what he did and some of the things he said. So I ain't here fighting with him. I found out where you, Verb, you know what my people do. I found out where he lived.
And he pulled up.
And I waited till security left. They told me what time they leave together. And I pulled up and knocked on his door.
That makes sense
And
why he knows
looked
so
at me.
much.
I said, homie, we need to have a conversation. I apologized to his family, but he saw I was by myself. So I'm here
You gotta
talking
look
to
at him. You gotta see him. You gotta
called
see
me,
him.
And I remember you telling me, Wack, believe the things he's saying and doing. He's doing it with antics, but it's true because you say you grew up under the same something.
He ain't supposed to be saying that shit, though.
He scared him. Unc got scared. Unc scared.
They taught him in witchcraft and war. They taught me in politics. And he knows that, man. Anybody that live in the castle in St. Louis know it's a haunted building. They take children and make us monsters.
But why did you say he does this? He don't do that to children, though.
Yes, he does. And he used to kiss them and bite them in their face when they was young.
The fuck, stop playing with me.
Man, you stop playing with me.
Look at Unc though. Look at him. He cool. He calm.
What do you mean? But what did that mean? Something?
Listen, no. Verb just looking for some clout. I don't know what the fuck.
When he
I
gonna zone
don't
out?
know what-
Zone out.
Listen,
Hold on, Verb, I got it.
Most of the
I
story
ain't gonna
true.
let you do that.
What? Okay, well, my friend, please be kind and love.
Here's a
your
really
family
weird family
as the
fact.
way you
My
love
mom and dad
yourself.
and me and my sister all slept in the same bed growing up, and I slept in that bed till I was 8, and my sister slept in that bed till she was like 15. It was because we had no other rooms in the house. However, after my brother moved out and we had a free room, my dad decided to take me, and we were gonna sleep in my brother's room, just me and my dad. And no one thought it was weird. And I found out today that my mom knew my dad was using at this time, and my dad was acting so insane and weird. And when he was like, I'm going to leave you, my wife, to sleep in a different room with my 8-year-old daughter, no biggie, my mom didn't bat an eye. And then my dad slept in this room with me until I turned 13, and the only reason it stopped was because after I turned 13, I was like, this is super weird. And I like cried to my mom because I was like, I don't want him to sleep in here, but I'm so scared he's gonna, if I kick him out, because the bond was super weird. And so my mom had to like set up a conversation so he wouldn't like freak out over me kicking him out of this room so I could finally have my own room. And it was just weird that no one seemed to like think that that was an odd choice on my dad's part.
Oh man, why is that true? What type of world is that?
So I figured it out.
All for
What's that,
entertainment.
you ask? Well, I figured out why Hollywood stars fake their deaths. But Brad Pitt hasn't faked his death, you might be saying. Well, are you sure about that? I'm sure by now you've seen how there are pictures from our history that seem to really match current day celebrities, or stars as some people might call them. And well, what's going on here? Are these even real pictures? Some of them are literal people from our past with no names. That's not just a random picture. That's Henry David Thoreau, a known person from history. And Jimmy Fallon looking like a known Turkish revolutionary. Eminem looks identical to a noted economist, Harold Innis. There's clearly something going on here, more than just lookalikes. And maybe they just don't want you to know about it. Maybe they don't want you to know that they're not people at all. Notice how they're referred to as stars? Do you know what the Book of Enoch says about stars? The Book of Enoch.
It's funny how I resemble my great ancestor. Could I be him? This is strange.
Hey guys, thanks so much for liking my Obama impressions. I love making the videos for you, And now I'm going to crank up from my own voice to Obama's voice. So we start talking normally like this, right? Everything is fine, talking at a normal cadence. But then if you start to turn that dial, slowly but surely, it will eventually kind of go to the back of your throat, and it will become something entirely different. So all you got to do is kind of do that. And by the way, if you want to go back, all you got to do is just kind of turn that dial off a little bit more. And then once you get back all the way to my normal voice, this is what I sound like. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.
Extremely wonderful, my friend.
So in only 4 years, on Friday the 13th, an asteroid the size of the Eiffel Tower is going to come so close to Earth, you will be able to see it without binoculars. You guys, this thing is going to be 10 times closer to us than our own moon. It's going to be closer to us than the satellites. Also, it's named for the Egyptian god of chaos and destruction. Why? Because originally they thought it could impact Earth in one of these 3 years. But don't worry, NASA's now said we are safe for at least the next 100 years. So Apophis was officially removed from the risk list. However, there's less than a 1 in a billion chance that as it's passing by Earth in 2029, that smaller asteroids bump into it and kind of throw it off course. So it's not zero, but what if it did hit the Earth? Would all of humanity be wiped out? The short answer is no. According to the experts, if it hits a really populated area, yes, millions will perish. If it hits in the ocean, it will cause massive tsunamis. But overall, it's not big enough to wipe out all of humanity, so just thought I'd leave you guys on a good note. Bye!
Hey, what's up, America? The clearest images of 3I Atlas, the comet UFO headed towards Earth. So the Gemini South Observatory in Chile has just captured the clearest images of comet 3I Atlas, the UFO headed towards Earth that we've seen so far. So as you know, comet 3I Atlas will be making its closest pass towards Mars sometime near the end of October, and then will be at its closest point towards Earth sometime in mid-December. But nobody's really sure what 3I Atlas is, but now we have the clearest images that we've seen so far. So let's take a look. So here's the first image of comet 3I Atlas that was taken in Chile, that was the closest image of the comet we've seen so far, and the clearest image. So this image right now was taken approximately 380 million kilometers from Earth, which is about 240 million miles away. And that's what we're seeing right now. The comet is traveling at 137,000 miles an hour and headed almost directly this way. Anyway, so here you can clearly see that the tail of the comet is forming. Scientists are saying it's either a comet, which of course I believe, or it's a very rare type of icy asteroid, which may explain a lot of the odd features from the past that we've seen. Unfortunately, for most of us, you have to know this is not a UFO coming into our solar system. This is almost assuredly a natural object. Just want to show you another image of 3I Atlas from Chile. As you can see, the tail forming on the back side of the asteroid or comet. So this is the closest zoomed in image of 3I Atlas from the Gemini South telescope in Chile. This was actually taken August 27th, 2025. And here's an updated trajectory of where comet 3I Atlas will be heading. As you can see right here, this line is 3I Atlas. It will be crossing the orbit of Mars, farther away from Earth though than I believe they anticipated. Let's just get one more view of that, just so you know that it's not coming as close to Earth as we believed, even though it will be, here in our solar system. So that's the update on 3I Atlas. Sorry, everybody, probably not some type of non-natural UFO.
No one's talking about it, but today is a huge portal day, you guys. And Spirit is really talking about manifesting today. Huge portal day. So we follow something that we call spiral time, and that makes September the 7th month, right? We start our year in March. So today, September is the 7th month. It's 7/7. It's also a full moon. It's also a lunar eclipse. You guys, there's so much power going on today. And you want to use it. I cannot stress that enough. You want to use this power. So my suggestions for today, clean, and sit down with pen and paper and write out what you expect to happen in the next 6 months with details. Leave it with the moon, leave it with this energy, and see it be returned to you. We don't have to do any crazy ritual. We don't sit in joy, sit in the energy that you want more of in the future, right? Allow yourself to call those things in, because this feels like the most powerful day of the year thus far. It really, really does. And I hope that you guys will use it. In love.
They said the revolution will not be televised. And I never understood what that meant. Like, it never made. I was like, okay. But then I hear there have been music festivals going on in several cities for a week straight. And you can't even Google it. It's not on the news. You have to call it a music festival to even hear anything about it. Who benefits from us not knowing this information?
So, mal wieder bei BHT Füttern. Und mache jetzt mal wieder ein Video, wie ich mit Banane fütter. Live aus dem Fledermauskeller, werde ich gleich hochladen. Und ansonsten, ja, könnt ihr euch das wie gesagt gerne mal angucken und genießen. Das Füttern macht echt Spaß. Die Bananen sind mal hungrig, 14 Kilo Obst am Tag. Wer Fledermausführung machen möchte, wir haben eine Homepage und auch natürlich die Internetpräsenz, Social Media. Ich bin auf Facebook, Instagram, TikTok und dann kann man sich da auch dafür Führung anmelden. Köpenick mache ich noch bis Anfang Oktober und Spandau bis ab Ende August. Viel Spaß bei dem Video hier, genießt das Geflatter und das ist Oberkunst, macht richtig viel Spaß. Gut,